Want to know how to accelerate your medical career in 2019? Well, watch this video to find out. Hi, I'm Anthony, I'm the career doctor. I make videos to help you manage your medical career. So let's leave a like and a comment if we like this video, and if you're back for the second or third or fourth time, why don't you subscribe and turn on notifications to get my regular video updates. So we're talking about the top 5 tips to refresh your medical career in 2019, and the first tip starts right now. Tip number 1 is LinkedIn. So if you're not on LinkedIn already, you probably should be. It is the social media for professionals, and it's a convenient way of storing a lot of your record of your curriculum vitae. But the thing about LinkedIn is often people do have a LinkedIn profile and they don't remember to refresh it regularly. And this can be a little bit of a problem because employers are more regularly looking at LinkedIn to check you out when you apply for a job. And so you don't want to be that person that hasn't updated their job status from working in McDonald's or something like that. Make sure that all your jobs particularly are up to date. Make sure that you've put all your current projects, publications, education, all the important information, and update your profile. It's an opportunity to put your career goal statement on your LinkedIn profile as well. And while we're on the subject of social media, that rule actually applies to other social media because employers are checking you out on social media these days. So think about what's not private on Facebook. People are often using Facebook as a career platform these days as well, so think about updating that. Go through your Twitter, make sure particularly all your most recent tweets have been cleaned and are employer friendly. Instagram, anything else that you use, just go through and do a thorough check and make sure it reflects the way you want employers to think about you. So tip number 2 is reconnect with your referees. So you spend all this time, hopefully now, collecting some referees that will be happy to vouch for you and give you a good reference when it comes to that employer check status. The thing is, it might have been a while since you've talked to them, and for most senior doctors, they do get asked quite often by trainee doctors to be a referee, so they may not remember you when the time comes to call. So now's the time to just send them a quick email or a quick text just to say, hi, remember me, I worked for you about 11 months ago, I was that resident that helped change the theatre list for you and get things done. Whatever the case was, just reconnect, make sure they know who you are, and just give them a little bit of an indication about what you might be thinking of job-wise for this current year, so they're prepared and interested in what happens to you. Tip number 3, set yourself a plan. If you are going to apply for a new position this year, you probably know what that position is going to be, because the way medicine works, particularly for trainee doctors, is it's a stepwise thing, so you kind of know the next post that you might be heading for and where it might be available. So set yourself a plan. Your plan should include at least these following elements. You should be giving yourself enough time to research the job, talk to incumbents, talk to directors of training, find out from the respective college what the requirements might be if you need to do a college application, find out when applications go in, find out when interviews may be. Make sure you do your research well in advance. The second thing that you should include in your plan is time to address the application. That includes time to put together and refresh your CV, as well as submit your application. And then the most important part of the process and the plan that you need to prepare for is interview practice time. Make sure that you're allowing enough time to practice for the interview. And we've got a bunch of videos on the channel that can explain a little bit more about that for you. Tip number 4, is there a short course that you've been wanting to do or perhaps been needing to do for some time? For a lot of trainee doctors, people are wanting to do a whole bunch of short courses, particularly some of those life-saving courses like the trauma courses and the advanced life support courses. Some of them are required for college training, some of them are really helpful in terms of your application for college training. And then there's a whole bunch of sort of week-long exam prep courses that you may have been thinking about doing. So If you've been thinking about that or thinking you need to do one of those short courses, now's the time to do some planning around that, but provisionally book it in and talk to your JMO manager or whoever's in charge of the roster to get approval to go to that course, because if you do it now, you're likely to get it approved and put on the roster and you're sweet. If you leave it too far into the year, then you might be told that there's no one else to relieve you, so book that short course. And finally, tip number 5, update your CV, or if you haven't got one, start one. CVs are critical for the job application process. I've done a bunch of videos about them and I'll leave some links in the description below. So there you go, 5 top tips for advancing your medical career in 2019. What about you? What's your top tip for the sort of things you should do at the start of the year to get on the career roll? Leave a comment below or just leave a like if you like this video. And by the way, if you've watched 2 or 3 or more and you're finding it useful, then if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on notifications so you can be aware when I put out a next video. I do at least one a week just for you. So I hope this video has been helpful to you. I wish you a successful 2019 with your medical career. Hope you had some time off over the break, and I will see you in the next video.